Come, let me get you some.
Yo, yo, yo,
I
yo,
love
what's
that
up,
intro, man.
people? Oh, I love it too, man. I love it. Thanks a lot. And you made that intro, dude. I really
Yeah, it was a lot of
appreciate it.
fun, man. It's cool music too. I thought it was great. That's AI music, man. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? That's
Oh,
AI
wow.
music,
I
bro.
can't.
They
And,
he said I
and
told him what I
the thing
wanted.
is,
I told Chat GPT what I wanted, and I said, "Hey, man, make me a song like this," and here it is, royalty free.
there you go. Oh, we
So
got
yeah, man.
Charlie. We got Jim in the house. All right. Welcome, guys.
What's up?
And I got a good old mug today.
All
I
right,
got
all
a really
right.
good one.
Cool,
So
cool,
cheers,
cool.
guys.
Cheers. Yeah.
Charlie, have a good
All right.
workout, man, while you're listening, dude. Now, and I thought tonight's topic is going to be a little fun too, because everybody's different and everybody has their own way of doing things. Now, one of the things that I found, and this is a standard essentials mop and broom holder, right? So
Sure.
you know these type of things, they come from Walmart. They're cheap.
Yep.
But they're so great at holding sabers too,
Yeah.
or even blades. So like here, I just have just a regular standard blade, right? Not a not a Neopix blade, but I mean, my God, look at that. I mean,
Oh,
you
it's
can't
yeah, it
get any
locks right in
better.
there. Yep.
It
Yeah, it's
locks right
almost the
in
same
there.
size as
So
a broom handle. Yeah.
pretty much. And so, that's the thing. If you want to get creative, I mean, you can Star Wars these things out too. Paint them up
Totally,
and
man. Totally. And they're
designs and
cheap.
everything, which I plan to do. Which I plan to do. You
Yeah,
know,
and they're not that expensive, There you can find real inexpensive ones.
and that's another thing. And I've always in my shows, I'm always going to the point where you don't have to go too expensive for things to be very creative and find ways to
Exactly.
display your sabers, to buy your sabers, right? And of course, if you're on a budget like I am, again, I want to emphasize, hey JT, hang my saber on my belt. See, there you go. I mean, that's the way to hang sabers right there too.
Yeah.
So
Cobra
you're
Tech.
at a con. Cover Tech will Scott, welcome Scott.
Hey.
So now, you know, and hanging your sabers, okay? If you're going to con, you got two choices, right? You got the cover tech wheel, and then you've got the little hook
The
for
D ring,
the
yeah.
the D ring. Now, to me, I kind of find that and this is my opinion, and I don't know if anybody maybe like would open up that D ring bit, but if you have that clip, it kind of takes it. You can't really pull it out from the D ring that fast. You have to fiddle with it a little bit and then pull your saber out. Whereas the cover tech wheel holder, it's a lot faster, right?
Well, they have the open S hooks for the D rings now, so it just hangs on the belt and you can easily slide it right off like it
Um,
doesn't have a clip. You could get both.
uh
But yeah, there's all types of options for it. But I see your point though with the clip one. For
Yeah,
sure.
I would say that it's just because I mean, really and honestly, if you're in a fight, I mean, regardless if you got the force or not, that's gonna be a problem because you use the force to pull it off your belt. It ain't going nowhere, dude. It's gonna
Well, you
stay
better
there on
hope.
the dude.
Yeah, you better hope you do a little force push or something, man, before you get. I can't get this thing out of here. Arr.
Right? You need the one that flips out instead of flips out in.
That's
Now,
that's where it
again,
comes in.
now and do you display? Okay, there's quite a few people that I've seen also that have display stands for their sabers as well,
Oh yeah.
and I really do enjoy seeing the saber stands, um, the display cases that they have for them. It really is enjoyable because especially if they have them a specific way.
For
Um,
sure.
like Kyberphonic, man, he's got a freaking closet full, display,
Oh,
and they're just aw-
yeah. And
awesomely
look,
displayed.
yeah,
Awesomely displayed.
he's got a lot of nice hilts in there though, so it's definitely worth having a case like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have one similar, but it's a really small one. You probably it's not this one, but I have another one in there that I displayed a long time ago with LED lights. I think I did a funny video with it. Just went up and down all the shelves on it, but it's a closed case, so it's kind of nice to have the dust out of there and stuff. And if I want to
Mm-hmm.
display them, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you could see, I don't know if you guys can see mine or
Oh
not
yeah,
up here, but
yep.
I have mine, and the gold one that I have right here on this side, um, that one was made. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Megtooth. Megtooth sent me that 3D stand. As a matter of
Oh
fact, let me
nice.
grab it real quick so we can
Yeah.
see it up close and personal. And so Megtooth had sent it. Of course, it was completely white, right, when he sent it, completely white. And I went ahead and painted it,
Oh nice.
sanded it,
Very
painted
cool.
it, and it's what, one, two, three, four tier saber
Yeah,
holder.
that's nice.
And I really enjoyed it. Of course, I didn't sand it all that great and everything because you could still see some of the
The
lines
bottom
here and
doesn't
all that.
matter.
But
Yeah.
that I didn't think so either.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna really look at it too up close, but it's all the same pretty much,
It looks
right?
well. It looks pretty balanced. Like you could have all four on there with not a problem at all. So it looks pretty good. I like the design.
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy, man. This was the hardest part right here, though, man, because I had to hand paint all
Oh,
of
I know it.
this, and I had to do like two or three coats, and then put in some painter's tape in there as well, right? So that I
Yeah,
could cover up the middle part and concentrate on the red, and then hand
that's
paint
nice.
all this on the
I
outside.
like the contrast. Well,
So
that's how it should look. Yeah, it looks great there. I did that with the
yeah,
with that Galaxy's Edge Kylo case. It has the same emblem for the knob. When you push the push
uh,
button and you open up the case. Well, I did the same thing in that too. And yeah, so
right.
awesome. Yeah, that's so cool.
Another show I wish I could share pics. Hey, well,
Oh,
Scott,
I know,
let's
right?
have you on let's have you on the show
Yeah,
one time,
you
man. You
should
could
come on,
show us
Scott.
it. Doesn't matter, no, everybody's gonna pay attention no matter what, man.
Yeah, it's great, man. No matter what you have. Well, then I started
Yeah,
doing these little
exactly.
ones. I just put these out, on my website. So I did the vertical stands. Like they have the little emblem inside. Just plain
That is
printed.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just puts they're just a vertical stand, so you can put them lining up all in a shelf or something like that. And then I did the Dooku
Hmm.
one, like a Dooku Bane stand, which is pretty cool. It leaves the emptiness for the hook
I
and
like
all
that.
that.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, dude.
yeah.
See,
These are really cool
sometimes
too.
simplicity sometimes is the most. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. And then these are real nothing to do. They're really cheap too, so it's pretty good. And they hold. They're very strong. The way it's printed, it's pretty strong too.
No, I've got two more, but I'm only gonna grab one more. Um,
No,
Cindy.
we're gonna grab them all because I got more to
Okay.
show you.
Well,
Definitely.
oh
If
well,
we're
we'll
talking
grab
about
yours, but
stands,
we'll just yeah,
do it.
right.
Yeah, do it.
So my buddy Cindy, who's kind of slowed down on a lot of the stuff for Saber stuff, he's been flying the Citizen something, right, playing that game, and he printed me out this
Oh,
and
that's
painted
nice.
it. Oh man, I love it, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
is
like how that
just
looks.
super cool. Yeah. So he gave me three stands, and this one, and then he also did you know, a Darth Vader one, or let me see, an Empire one. I'll be out of the picture here for just a second, so I can grab the other one. But this one I got here on another shelf over there. with the Darth Vader picture right behind it.
Oh yeah. So I like the
So
painted
imagine
case.
the Darth Vader picture. Darth Vader's like right behind here, right?
Nice.
And so I've got uh and I've got my stand like this right here. And so this and then Darth Vader right behind it. So not bad. Not a bad display, right?
Nope, not at all.
And eventually when I get my Graflex from Space Windu, that's gonna go in there. And I'm gonna light that sucker up. So that will be that will be the Graflex case right in here. I've already
Nice.
got LED strips laid it in there. So when I get the Graflex, it'll go in there.
Nice.
But
That's awesome.
oh yeah, I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. So and then I got one more in the house, but I'm gonna go ahead and save that one for another show.
Cool.
And so let's see what you got to show. Let's see what else you
Oh,
got to show,
hey,
man.
I did this when I got that when I got the Bright Star hilt, um
Mm-hmm.
from Vader Immortal. So I figured, let me try and do the imprint of where he puts the sword into that to open up to get the Bright Star out of the chamber in the video game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if anybody knows the video game, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I did it
Okay.
this way. So here, so I kind of made it like this.
Oh, dude, look at that.
I'll bring it in closer so you could see. But this
For
is
sure.
all, yeah, this is all real sand, but it's a 3D printed model on the back. It's all 3D printed,
What? Right,
and
right.
I glued it all together, and now it looks like it's the part that he just puts it in, and then all the stuff comes out in the game, and then it finally makes the Bright Star appear. So it was just and then I can hang it on the wall just like this, and it
So
has
what
all
did you
the
do? Resin all
impressions.
the sand?
No, I actually modeled this from I reverse modeled this from a print. So
Mm-hmm.
when I take the sword out, you could see that it's just the print of the indentation. Whoops, hold on. See
Right.
how three-dimensional it is? So it
Yeah.
fits right in. It fits right inside of it, like a glove. So that's how it stays in
Wow.
place. Yeah, and then
Oh
when I light
yeah.
it up, you see what I mean? So it just locks right in,
Yeah.
just like that, and it could hang on the wall, and it doesn't
Dude,
doesn't come out. So
that is
I
nice.
wanted it to make it look like sandstone. So it's always possible to glue on if you want to do 3D prints. You can glue on this. Use wood glue,
Uh-huh.
or some kind of wood glue. It holds the best on
Oh
here,
yeah.
and then you could do sand on it, whatever you want, any kind of like beads or whatever. If you get crazy,
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I approached it with. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. What up, Chet? How
Yeah.
you doing, dude?
Hey, Chit,
That is amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna take you
what's
guys
up?
with me. I'm gonna come out of the picture so I can kind of walk a little bit without
Cool.
having the picture go too wonky, and you guys can still hear me. But I'm gonna walk a little bit so you can kind of see one of the displays that I have here in my garage. Okay, let me turn
Nice.
it on
Oh
and look at
yeah.
there.
Very cool. I love those.
So I have a little picture there and picture there. Then I have the saber there along with the blade. And then, of course, Roy Boy sits right there too, right under
Nice.
the Return of the Jedi.
Nice, man. I like that one.
Yeah, so that and right below it, I have a little bar that I got from my grandmother's house. So
Hey, that's awesome.
I mean, that bar came to me like after she passed away, and I was like, I'm keeping it, and it's gonna go right under that display because it's so perfect, right?
That's cool, man.
And I'm thinking
Absolutely,
to
man.
myself like, oh, thanks, Chet. And so I'm like, yeah, there's gonna be a little shrine right there.
Yeah,
my little
I
my
know,
little
right?
cantina, my little Jedi cantina.
Yeah,
And
it's like when I got
you
cool
know,
behind me with all the models and stuff. Like I love these little guys. They're so cool to look at and chill out with, and pretty cool, man. Painted a
right?
lot of
And did I
them.
show you exactly, dude? Did I show you guys the little? I told you my kids got me the little Lego stuff, right?
Oh
So they got
yeah,
me these little. So they got me these little things.
Vader. That's
I'm
cool,
all
man. I
like,
like that guy. Yeah,
so I got Obi-Wan and I got Vader together like that, man. So they're watching.
that's
They're
awesome.
watching the sabers. They're watching the
Very cool,
sabers up
man.
on the. So I love it,
Those are
man.
awesome,
And
man.
eventually I'm gonna get some ships up there too. So, I've got some big plans for this area right up in here. I've already got my stormtrooper drinking set that my wife got me.
Yeah, excellent.
So I know
There you go.
everybody's gotten to see the decanter set,
Oh
right?
wow, very cool. I
So
didn't.
you
This is
got
my
the little
first time
stormtrooper.
seeing that. That's cool.
So yeah,
Excellent,
man.
man.
Eventually this is gonna get rinsed out and put whiskey in here, and
Wow. Very
when I have
cool.
people over, when I got people over, we're gonna do some of this.
That's
I'm probably
great,
gonna
man.
try to see if I can find some more glasses like this.
Wow. Well, I'll keep my eye out, man, because
um,
those are interesting. Those are really cool.
right. Mo Maldonado, thank you, sir. Yes. Actually, Mo, I'm gonna grab Roy Boy so you can see it up close, because I have not seen you on the show before. So welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here with us. It's very much appreciated, and I hope to see you more coming in and hanging out with us, dude. So let me grab Roy Boy so you can see it up close and personal. And I will, however, not show. I'm in the middle of making a blade, so I'm not gonna put a blade in it, but I'm gonna have it right here, up close and personal, right? So this is Roy Boy in his full glory, right here. Oh man, yeah, last week I couldn't do it, dude. I was out of town, and so things happen. I'm not able to do the show every single Sunday, but most Sundays, and so whenever I can, I try to let people know that when I'm not going to do the show, and when it's possible for, if I don't say anything, the show's going to happen. Now, if you see it on my Instagram or on Facebook, then that if you see a title on there, it's going to happen. Most of the times, I usually don't set up the show too early, unless I have like a big guest coming on. Then I'll probably do it, set the show up like a couple of days early and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, man. Let's see if I've got enough battery to turn it on. Let's see. Eh. Oh, there we go. I don't even know what font I have it on right now. Be honest with you. Can you hear it?
Hmm, a little bit.
Can you guys hear it? A little bit. Yeah, for some reason the battery might be running out. That's why it's not so loud. Normally it's like super loud. Hmm. Let's see here.
I don't know. I mean, I
Let's
can
see if
hear
I
a
can
little bit
take.
of it, but oh, that I can hear.
Yeah, I have to put it up this way a
So
little
it's like
bit.
the earpiece, yeah, instead of the headphones, yeah.
Yeah,
That's where the sound's
exactly.
coming in. Cool though.
So
I
I'll
like the
take
LEDs.
the back. Oh yeah, and I got the LED strip up in here.
Yeah.
So let me see here if I can pull the back off a little bit. And you can see part of the chassis right here
Oh
that
yeah, there it is.
Rich said.
Yeah.
Rich Sangillo, he 3D printed two pieces of the chassis for me,
Nice.
and I painted it. And as it's been worn out here and there, yeah, it's an illuminated control box. Good. Like I said, I've got about 4 or 5 LEDs, small LED strip in here, and the reason why I wanted to do that was because to honor Space Windu, man, because
Hmm.
he's done so much, to teach me about a lot of stuff and everything, and he's also, allowed me to run the show on my own and stuff, and very much appreciated for things, right? And then, of course, you got the Peasants Resistance right here. It is signed by Darth Maul himself, Ray Park.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so very cool, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Now, my friend's voice is on here, but I think I've got the SD card in here that doesn't have it. Simply because I was testing out some things with the other Saber and stuff, and I have to change out the SD card on it too. Um, also, now here's a cool thing. Yeah, I don't know if you were watching also, Mo. Yeah, MHSV parts. Yes, correct. Yeah, you're correct. I will be making sabers with a lot of MHS parts from the custom saber shop eventually. And um, once I get my portfolio going, I'll probably start selling those off too. But I have to make sure that I do things first and show things off and get make sure that I do things quality and get graded on my work too. you know,
Right?
I'll
Yeah.
have
Well.
quite a few people. I'll have quite a few people grade me on my work before I even become a seller. So and then make sure that I do some good deals with some font makers and stuff as well too. Speaking of font makers, congratulations to James for getting on
Oh,
to the
the GHV4. Yeah, man, that was a lot of
the,
fun.
the Golden
Listen,
Harvest 4, man. Tell us a little bit about how that came about, man. Did he reach out
uh,
to you, or
oh yeah, he reached
did
out
you
to
reach
me.
out to him?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
dude,
reached out
that
to
is
a
sweet.
lot of font makers. I think just about all the font makers he reached out to, and I think about all the font makers that I know are also on it too, which is awesome. It's a whole collaboration of everyone, which is you can't ask for more than that, man. So you get a little of everybody's world, man, which is dynamite for me. I mean, it's great for it's great for anybody who gets the GHV4 now for the default files. It's awesome.
I'll
So
be getting one
I'm
pretty soon
excited.
myself, man. I got enough money right now to get one, so I'm excited. I'm gonna get one by
It's a
this
great
next
board.
weekend. I'm gonna by this next weekend I should be have enough money to grab one and purchase one. So I'm like super excited like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
So he reached out and he just said, "Hey, what do you got? What do you want to put on the package?" And I'm like, "Oh, me? Really? Okay, cool." So I just picked out some ones that I think would be, pretty cool for the package, And also, it directs them to the other fonts that I have too in case they want to get more or whatever. So it's really great. It's a great experience and he's a really cool guy and SaberTech has come a long way, so I'm pretty happy. And
yeah,
you guys are going to enjoy
absolutely.
it.
Right. Hello, NN. And Titan, welcome guys, welcome man. Oh yeah, I am super
Hey, cool.
excited, and I'm going to ask him to see if he wants to come onto the show, and I hope I hope he'll have time for that. I know how busy he is doing all kinds of things, and so you know that'd be super
Cool.
exciting to have him on here, and
Oh,
it's
thanks,
just
Chet,
like
for the compliment there on one of the fonts. Yeah, Electric Essence. It's like one of my. I don't even know. It's like one of my signature series ones, but I really enjoyed that one too.
I think I don't know. I think I still have yet to get that one. I was going through the fonts the other day, and I'm like, okay, I needed. I was making a list of which ones I need to get still, and I'm like,
Hold up,
okay,
because
I
there's a
think
whole
that was
bunch
one.
on there now. There's a whole bunch on the GHV4 now. So I think there's like six or
Well, that's
seven
what I'm saying.
fonts on there now. I think now, so it's going to be it's really a loaded package, man. I mean, so you can't go wrong. It's really great. Yeah. I
Well, that's
finally
what
got
I'm
my
saying. I
last
was all like,
I finally got my last GHV4 for my arrows, because I said, what am I going to put these things in? Um, so I got 2 arrows from Viro Sabers. I said, hey, I want to talk to those guys over there and support them. And so that's what I did. I put them in there, and then I got the Saber Flex Workshop, the magnetic coupler. It is awesome, man. So anybody who wants one, you should go check out Saber Flex Workshop. They're great, man. So this thing holds it together. You can't, you have to really, really force it to pull them apart, so you can get your dual
uh-huh.
sabers. But they're really great. So, very happy.
Yeah, and I'm kind of toying with the idea of my page or something, and I'm not sure what to put on my page, when I decide to get set up for my web page for the Sabres. But again, it's going to be locally first for a while. I
Oh,
don't know if
sure.
I'll do any, I don't know if I'll do any international stuff, but within the US stuff.
International is pretty fun.
But
I did a lot of them so far. It's really no real issues. I mean, it gets there. You just have to be careful shipping and all that, and do it the right
yeah,
way. But
I
somebody
don't
asked
know.
me, oh Mo asked me about how do they get me to do a custom font? Just contact me on my website and
Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
Oh yeah. Mountain Sabers all the way, baby.
Yeah, I'll
he'll
take
he'll
care of you.
definitely
No
hook you up.
worries.
Yeah. So if you saw the beginning of the show, Mo, I mean, he did my intro, man. I mean,
I love
he
that
was just,
intro, man.
dude, I
I love
do
the
too.
picture. Who drew that picture? Do you know who drew that picture
Uh,
of you?
well, I think it was Space that drew that picture of me.
Oh, Space drew that
Yeah,
of you?
because
That's
yeah,
incredible.
because
It looks
well,
great.
he put me in his comic book. So if anybody
Okay.
is
Oh, so
one,
he draws.
he draws. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he's got his own.
That was really good.
Yeah, he has his own comic books, man. So if you guys, any of you guys are into
Sorry, I
comic
didn't even know
books,
that.
okay,
That's crazy that
the
I didn't
comic.
even know that.
Oh yeah, so the comic book is called Albatross Junction. Okay, for anybody who
Okay.
doesn't know, and
Ah,
check it out, man, because
I'm
it's
definitely
like,
going to
eh,
now because I had no idea.
yeah, and we
Gotta,
we we
I would
even
love to
did a
add him
few
to the collection,
podcasts.
right?
That would be great, man, because he's got me in
Yeah.
episode. He's got me in book one, and he's got me in book
Really?
3. I think. Yeah, yeah, he's got
Can
me
we
in there,
get
man.
copies of those? Can we buy them? Can we get copies and
Yes,
buy them?
yeah,
Oh, well, damn.
yeah,
I'm gonna throw them.
absolutely.
Awesome.
I'll see if they're still up on that website, and I'll send you the link to the website, dude.
Links. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll make sure that if
That's
he still has them
cool. I
on
had
there.
no idea. Wow.
Yeah, and I still want to. I haven't been able to, and I keep telling Space, and Space forgive me, man, because I keep telling him that if I have time, I want to go to the local comic book shops around here and ask him if they're interested in getting some of the comic books to distribute out here and stuff. So there's a lot of comic book people out here. So
They were asking me if
you
I
know,
was doing blade styles with my fonts, and some of them I do. It depends on what how detailed the font gets. I know a lot of people like to do their own styles and stuff and create their own ways of what the sound means to them and stuff like that. But yeah, sure, I'll do. I usually do the Profi styles. CFX styles are great. I could do them, but it's now that the Graflex styles are out, they can probably be designed for custom stuff. But if anybody needs like a custom font, like from scratch, like from rubbing my fingers together or something, some kind of crazy sounds, I could do it from scratch, no problem. So if that's what you're looking for, we can go from the ground up and really detail it out. So for sure.
oh yeah, for sure. And you have access to all kinds of good um sound font makers around too, man. I mean, a lot of these guys just blow the
Oh
water
yeah.
with a lot of these things, man. And one of the things also that you do have to appreciate what the font makers do, because there's a lot of work involved. So for somebody who is interested in doing that, it does take a little time. It's not like a real quick thing sometimes. Could take a
Yep.
week, could take a couple of days, it could take several months. So depending on what you're looking for, um, that it's the price will vary in depending on the font maker and stuff like that as well. So if you're looking for that kind of information, we're always available to ask us and stuff like that. Or you're more than welcome to go to the website themselves, look up who the font maker that you want and go to their website and see what they have
Yep.
available. Phil Goodrich, that is my brother-in-law. He is
Hey,
on.
cool.
Welcome, Phil. Welcome, welcome. My brother-in-law is here, man.
Cool, man.
So, you know, I, and I don't know, did you miss the episode where I did a just a tester build with a Prism 5.1?
I don't know. I don't know. Was that
Okay.
recent?
Yeah, it was
I think
recent,
it
but
was.
let me show you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you all saw this, that I pulled these from basically somebody left these by a trash bin. So they were
Ah,
basically throwing them away. And I said,
wow.
you know what? I'm going to take the grill and I'm going to use the grill for build, right? I decided, okay, well, if the speakers don't work, I'm going to use whatever I can out of here for a future build. I'll pull the wires or I'll pull the speaker, test the
Yep.
speakers out, and see what happens, right? And McTooth also sent me some Prism 5.1. Yeah, he says, man, he did a video on doing a tester setup with the Prism 5.1. He said, you know what? I'm going to honor Meg and I'm going to do a tester setup, right? And I said, okay, well, let me check it out. Let me see. So I wired this thing up and I'm going to see what happens, right? Whether um, the speaker's going to work or not, I don't know. So let's find out if the speaker is going to work. I did that on this last, setup that I did. And lo and behold, this is crazy, man. This is going to be crazy, right, Jim?
Oh,
This is crazy.
wow. Wow. There you go. Sounds pretty nice.
So it works. So that's all I'm gonna do because I don't want it to get too loud and
Wow.
stuff. But man,
What a great tester.
uh,
That's a good tester.
well, I tell yeah, right. And I tell you what though, not only that, not only that, but man, every time I turn this on, I don't even have to have a saber on. I turn this thing on, I got a big old smile on my face, right? I'm having a bad, I'm having a bad day. I'm gonna turn this thing on and go to town with it, dude. And it's just a simple setup. I mean, I just like wired
That's
it
awesome.
and put it on there, and I'm good to go, dude. And I'm like, man, that's just it's so good. I tell you, for anybody who has an old board laying around that still works, do a tester setup. And I tell you, it's one of those things that if you're having a bad day, you put it on, you turn it on, you do the buttons, you do the laser blast, man, you can have your day back in no time. It'll put a big old smile on your face. Matter of fact, James, I mean, you gotta grin like from here to here with like me, man. Just
Oh
hearing it
yeah, man.
and the
I
loud
thought
and the
so. Because I
loudness.
like the chamber of the speaker is great, man. And you can definitely run that because those speakers aren't, they're only like 5 watts or something. They're not even a lot, so you could definitely
Yeah.
run, you know,
Well,
the
and
boards
the funny
through
thing
them with
about
no
it
problem.
is, and the funny thing is that the second speaker I haven't even tested yet, right? I haven't even tested it out yet. But hear that? I got a
Oops.
speaker loose. But the speaker may be loose doesn't mean it might not work.
It's
So
up there.
you know,
Yeah. It's the big one loose.
yeah. But if it works, man, I'm like, oh my god,
I
I
bet you
got
it
a pair
would.
of
Just glue the
speakers for that.
speaker back together and that's it. Then you got a pair.
Yeah, exactly, man. So actually, I always see all these guys testing out their sound phones, right? With the different setups that they have.
Yeah,
Or the line that's hooked up to their speakers and you can hear everything. So I think if the speakers work in this one, I may hook up a line with it and see if I can have that for testing out Saber stuff.
yeah, you
And that'll
can.
be great. You know?
Sure.
So that'll be something how I want to do. Now, Jim and everybody here also let's get back to the subject at hand of, displaying your sabers and stuff. Favorite ways to hang up or display sabers. Um, eventually, you have like John from Collector's Outpost. He has some sabers put in the glass displays, right? And then you've got other people. If y'all watch Tearfon Orbital, Tim, he really has a nice setup too on his wall where he's got several hanging up, just open displayed just the same like that. Those are some great ways to actually hang your sabers in a nice, formation as well. Depending on the size of the sabers themselves, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Now, are your biggest sabers on the wall or are your bigger sabers on, display? Do you
My
display them with your
most of my sabers are in the case because it's just a central
Mhm,
location that I like to just go in there and grab them. I don't have too many on the wall. I have a Kylo on the wall right now. Actually, my Force Effects Kylo that I showed you a long time ago, he's hanging on the wall.
mhm.
I've got. Oof, I don't even know if I can even grab this thing. Let me see if I can grab this thing. I don't know if it'll
Do you
even
have
turn
some
on. But this,
It doesn't have to turn on. It
oh,
doesn't
all
have to
right.
turn on.
Yeah. I was still trying in the midst of working on this thing, and I know a lot of people saw it before. Um, but did the Omega's bow?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
I don't know if you can really see it too well, but that's Omega's
Oh, I
bow. So
can.
what
Yeah.
yeah, so this is all 3D printed and stuff, and it lights
Wow.
up. But I have a blades. These are the blades that go in between the this part here. Like this part is well, right now it's locked up because I have this differently. Hold on, let me put
Mm-hmm.
this way. Okay. See now this it needs to expand like this. Kind of like expand like a bow. Because it does do that.
Right.
But my
Right.
problem is what I'm starting to think about is a hinge here so that it just cocks open, it just stays open, because that's my problem
Wow.
right now. I can't get it to stay open with any other spring designs that I've tried. So this is kind of a hard thing to do, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really a cool item though. It's the same color. I mean, I'll just show you the blade. I mean, I can turn it on. I think I still might have battery power in it. It's really hard to
That
see.
looks amazing, though, dude. That really looks
I do
amazing.
have battery power. Yeah, I don't know if you can
I can
hear it,
hear
but
that. Yeah, I heard that. I heard it. I heard it.
now if I do this right, I know this is like a really cool item though, but I always wanted to print this. I did this like a couple of years ago, and now I'm just trying to figure out how to put it back together. But anyway, you can see the color. I'll just light it up from the blade. See, that's the blade. You can see the. Oh, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I do. Oh man, dude, look at that.
So it's like the pink blade, and it goes through. And actually, this thing
Yeah.
will retract and pull out and all that stuff, like the big part. I know I'm holding this in the wrong
Uh-huh.
place because the camera's backwards, but
Right.
it kind of does that. Well, that
Mm-hmm.
battery's dead in here. It's not really going to let me do what I want to do. But that's the thing, and that this thing is hanging up. I my
That thing
my
is
main thing
huge,
is
though,
I
man.
want to get it. It's too big, actually. I think it's a little bit too big. She's such a small little girl in the series, and I think this might have
Uh,
been just a little bit too big. But I hang this up. It's pretty cool. That's like one of the biggest items that I've got. But other than that, I just
now,
keep everything in the case.
Right. Oh,
That's
okay.
my
So you don't do you?
or on the shelf. I have like my uh interrogator droid sitting on the shelf right there. So
Mhm.
he's like, I got shelves and things and weird stuff going on, and everything's got a something on it. Like my discs and
Right.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
If I could, I would display the sabers with the blades too, but unfortunately,
True.
there's not
Yeah.
enough room. But what
Yeah.
I am going to do, because I am going to make a lamp saber, uh, a lamp saver blade, just like space, right? I should be able to display maybe a couple of them. If I can make a couple of them, I should be able to display the short blades up on here eventually. And
Mm.
so that's an idea that I'm toying around with too. Is to have the lamp savers along with the lightsabers on here to
Oh
display so that
yeah.
I can turn them
Yes.
on, you know, turn them on eventually like that. And
Yeah.
of course, I don't know if you see in the well, you can't see it in the corner, but I do have the VHS tapes of the Star Wars original trilogy in the corner with along with my sabers right here.
Nice.
So, nostalgia
Nice.
purposes.
Well, yeah. It all makes sense. Amo says he's working on an electromagnetic levitation platform for sabers. Now that's cool.
Ooh,
That's
dude.
cool.
Mo, I need to
That's
get
not an
you when
easy
you
task.
Mo, if you
the
get that
balance
done, let
the
me know.
balance has
Let's
to
put
be
you on
right
the
too,
show
right?
with it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be badass. Yeah.
Let me know, dude, and we'll put you on the show with that thing. Do we
Stop.
show it
Oh,
off,
stop.
man?
If you
We'll
only
show
knew
it
what
off.
the word hoarder meant. Oh my god, I can't even tell you how. It's I mean, every inch of my place is like filled with like little things and figures and all kinds of crazy knickknacks. It's ridiculous. I'm like a little kid at heart, but a lot of the stuff I printed, it's like, like these little Star Wars.
What's that? Oh, he froze there for a minute. He'll be back here in just a second. He's all there. He is.
Hey,
He's back. He froze for a second.
oh, we both disappeared. I don't know what happened. See, I got my little Star Wars
Oh
too.
wow.
Stormtrooper guy, pretty cool. Oh, I got the little Vader too, man. Except I printed him out, but I'm not done with him. I didn't paint his lightsaber yet, but
Oh yeah, there you go. And I was talking to collectors about getting a Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I guess what 3/4, whatever, you know, figures, right? So I want to
yeah,
get those and then have them cross their sabers to put eventually
nice.
up on here somewhere. Maybe up here I'll move the Darth Vader stuff over that way and display those two, or kind of put them down here somewhere later on. So
Nice.
again, there's all kinds of things in the works for the display back here. Now another thing that I can think of also is maybe get rid of my entertainment center here and have everything built into the wall here, since this is going to be my forever home now, and get everything built in for specifics on displaying the lightsabers as well as the figurines, right? And so uh I don't know if that's going to work out or not. It's in my head, I just can't get it out
Yeah, I'd make
and
I'd
see how
I'd
it's going to
I'd
work
do
out.
a complete wall. Absolutely, I would do a complete wall. You know, that would be
Hmm.
crazy. And you know how
Yeah,
they have
and
like the caves and stuff like that. You could do some crazy like I don't know, like some spackle stuff and make like walls and weird cool stuff on the wall and like Hoth or
yeah,
something.
yeah, like up here, I have a lot of space back this way on the wall. So
Nice.
back here on this side, I plan on putting like 3 or 4 cabinets, and I'm gonna Star Wars them out with all kinds of, paint them up and put the lettering on there with pipes and all kinds of stuff, and maybe some
That's cool.
display. displays on there, maybe a couple of LEDs that'll run through there and stuff like that. So there's some things that I want to try to do, but it'll take some time to do one thing at a time. So,
Yeah,
but I
displays are tough. Depends on what you want. You know,
yeah.
yeah, I don't have much more. I just use the standard displays for work and stuff like that. I printed a couple of ones out and just, but they maintain the saber well, and it's pretty
Oh, I
cool.
haven't forgot. I have not forgot about the hand lamps that you
Oh
showed last
yeah,
time. I
yeah.
still
I
want
think I'm gonna
those.
start. I think I'm gonna start. Probably putting those together. I mean, I have all the files and stuff. Like those were like the real. Those were actually the first test runs that I did, but they were functional, so I left them as fully complete models. So, but what I
Hmm.
think I'm going to do is start um, putting them up so that if people want to get them, they can contact me and I can start
Hmm.
start making them because I have all the prints for it. So, but it's pretty cool. Me and my big mug. Look at the size of this thing. It's like the size of my head.
Oh.
Uh,
Now you need to Star Wars it out, right? Get it all Star
yeah,
Wars out.
man. Yeah, no, actually, I got to get a better mug. I don't know what happened to this one, but it's kind of weird. Doesn't do what it says it's gonna do. Just keep my stuff
I'll
cold.
be yeah, right. I'm gonna grab myself another drink here real quick, but you can still hear
There you
me
go.
while I'm
Of
talking.
course.
So anyway, seeing all these displays that I've seen through a lot of people's shows and podcasts and everything like that. I really enjoy seeing those. And then even talking about some of those, right? Oh my gosh, this thing. And sorry about the noise, guys. I have to move things around.
Behind the
my my
behind the
daughter, well, my
behind the
daughter,
scenes.
right? My daughter came in and moved some things. I'm all like, oh, you really? So, um, getting those, getting a lot of those things, and determining where you're actually going to put your sabers, right? Depending whether you're on a small space or a large space too, because I've seen some people who utilize the small spaces very efficiently, and it's surprisingly very nice to see people who have a small amount of space make it look bigger than what it really is,
Oh yeah.
right? And I'm like,
Well,
that's just
this thing's
amazing,
pretty big. I mean, if you have to, if helmet size, it's pretty big. So if I'm sitting back here, it's a pretty big shelf. You know, so
right?
cameras are deceiving. You know what I mean when you do video. So you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like I'm like behind a little shoebox here, but it's actually pretty damn large.
Scott, that's fun.
He
A
does.
mosquito lamp he turned into a display. Dude, that's
Yeah,
badass, dude.
he does.
Scott,
Yep,
that is
I've seen
badass.
it. It's pretty good. He's really good, man. He designed some really cool stuff. You gotta check his stuff out.
That is just amazing, man.
He does have a lot of good
I
stuff.
can I can just picture it right. Oh my God, my brain is going
Oh
100
man,
miles an hour. Forgive me, Scott, but
I
man, I
want to
can.
turn a lightsaber into a mosquito lamp. That's what I want to do.
That's what I was thinking, man. That's why I was thinking too,
Just
man.
get the
Great minds think alike. I was all like, okay, you got
wire
you.
and the grill, and that's it. You turn it on as soon as it flashes, it says, "Oh, ow," or something.
Well, well, but not only that, but you got a hilt. You got the hilt, and you make that long tube,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
that brings them in, and they hit
yeah.
they hit they hit the blade, and that's where it
Yep.
zaps them in the blade.
Yeah.
Oh
And it
my
makes a
God!
clash sound or something, or a lockup. I'll say Darth
The
Vader's
lockup.
voice or something. Yeah.
Oh,
I want to
or
do that. I
you
swear
know,
I could do that.
I could just may the force be with you. Oh, oh, that. Or the mosquito after the mosquito hits,
Yeah.
it says oh, and the force is with you. Oh my
Help
god.
me! Help me! Be like the
See,
fly.
only
Oh
here.
my god.
Oh, see, only here on Saber Talk Sunday, guys, can you get some badass shit like this, man?
Man, I think I'm
Oh
gonna
my
do it
god.
though. I swear, because summer's coming, man. I got all those flies. I don't want to deal with that.
Oh my god. But it
I
would be
know.
so fun. That
It'd
would
be
be so
great. I
fun to
think I could
have.
do it. It's not that hard, you know. You go out and buy yourself the biggest lamp you could, and then you stretch all that stuff out into one big strand, and you just put it in the tube, and there it is. That's
Oh my
amazing.
god.
It's too
And,
funny.
and the hilt has to be probably about a two-hand size, right? Like you got three of them surrounding your area. You're surrounded
Oh
by
man,
hilts and
we
blades.
could go all the way, man. Yeah, we could
Oh my
put
god.
that sucker on a. We could put that on an Inquisitor spin, man, if you want.
I can
That
just
stuff
picture
won't
it
be
right
coming.
now. Oh my god. I can picture it right now. The Inquisitor blade
There is
spinning.
a
And all
fly.
you
There is a fly in this bar.
oh my god. And then you can hear, oh, better yet, the stormtrooper cry, right? After they fall
Oh,
down.
right.
Ah! Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Oh my
awesome.
god. That's hilarious.
That would be all right. I'm
Freaking
doing
hilarious.
it. We got to do it. We'll make the design and we'll start. We'll start on that this summer.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh
I could
my
do it. With,
god.
well, I have one of those. Oh my god, it was funny. It was a prank gift. It was like it's one of those tennis rackets, and you put it on, and it's like one of those electric fly swatter things, right? It's only
Oh
2D
yeah.
battery, so it can't be that much volt. It's not that much voltage to get that to work.
I,
So
actually, I got one of those and it didn't work worth a shit, man.
no,
Honestly.
really.
Yeah, I got one. You know, the tennis racket one. I'm all like, I'm over here hitting flies. I'm hitting skeeters and everything.
Oh man,
Not one thing. I mean, my God, it was like, what the hell? I mean, I bought it for like
mine.
$5. $5,
Mine, you
right?
got
I
to
bought
hold
it
the
for five
button
bucks.
and the little red light stays on, and then you swat them, and then that's it. You know, mine works really
Well,
good.
it
Trust
did.
me, I got myself. Ooh,
Really? I
oof.
must have got a
Oh, it
crappy
is.
one. I must have got a crappy
It
one.
zaps your fingers. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't
Does
want to
it?
put
It
your
zaps your
fingers
finger.
on.
Oh, it zaps your fingers, but
It'll
it
sh-
did. Oh, it
it'll
did.
shock you. It'll shock you.
Oh, yeah, but it sure still didn't kill the skeeters, man, that I was after.
They're kind of avoiding, like,
Like,
no,
goddamn.
no, right between the mesh. I can go between the mesh. Bzzz.
I think they did, man. 'Cause, God damn, I'm like, mother. And over here,
That's
the
so great.
skeeters get bad here too, man. Oh my
Yeah.
god, those little vampires will get you if you're not careful.
Yeah,
My
stands,
god.
man. I don't know. I mean, there's not too many other stands. I always like putting my blasters and I hang my blaster back there too, so it's pretty cool. I just have little kind of hooks and stuff, but for
Hmm.
stands, it's like I love the I think those adaptable broom handle ones are really great for just, starter kind of crazy, uh
Yeah.
easy access and easy release, so you don't have to get them stuck or pull them up like some people have to pull them out of that whole thing. And there comes the
Yeah.
blade. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Now there's some places, and I don't remember where I saw them, but and I don't remember the company, but um, the ones that made the blade holders for them,
The
and
sheathing.
they're lit, the sheaths, and they're lit, right? The sheaths are lit all the way down, or they have the little openings that
Yeah,
showcase the shine through,
yeah, I've got two
and
of them in
those
here.
are some.
Yep.
Oh man, those are amazing. I saw those. I was like, wow, those are pretty cool.
Where are they? I think I got two in here somehow, somewhere. I got one, and then it didn't fit my blade, and then I got another one, and then it fit. But these were like different. different ones. Let me see. Are they in here? Oh yeah, here they are. It's like these. These are the ones that we got. These are the standard ones
Yeah.
that I usually get. And it has the
Mm-hmm.
slits in the sides. I don't know if you can see
Mm-hmm.
them. Now you can. There they are.
Yeah, I see him. Yeah, I see him.
These are really cool,
Yeah, that's
man.
pretty
They
cool.
really are. They're pretty strong, and they'll
Pretty
stay in your
durable.
side, no
Yeah,
problem. Yeah, I like them.
that is cool.
I'm gonna do a little. Well, hopefully I could do a little video because I believe it or not, I do have another couple of sound fonts coming up, but we'll use that sheath for one of my intros, to my sound font because
Hmm.
it's going to make a really cool effect with the sound font. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I was going through the Dune font that you have, and I was
Oh,
like,
nice. That's the
oh,
old classic.
and yeah, and I was all like, oh, just there's just one thing missing on there, man. I was like, oh, dude, I need to let him know, but I was like,
What's that?
only one thing missing it, and where he says, Father, Father, the sleeper has awakened. Um,
Really?
I went through there and I did not hear that one through
No.
all
Really?
yeah, all of the
From the
quotes.
first
I
from the
went through
very
there one.
from the first
I
movie,
went
huh?
through yeah, I went through every single one of the quotes, and I
Well, I
did
must have
not hear
missed that
that
one
one.
because I didn't. Maybe I didn't hear it.
And I'm all like, oh, dude, I need to let James know and see if he'll put it back
All
on
right.
that
Well,
one,
hey,
man.
you know what? Oh, I can always update. I can update it. Yeah. Anybody have any
Yeah,
suggestions or comments? Yeah, let me know, man. Absolutely. I'll put them up there as
and
an
so like
update.
that.
No
That's
problem.
that's the only one that's missing out of there. And I was like,
Oh, no
dude,
problem.
that is a great boot up right there as well. You know, like man, that's actually my favorite quote out of the whole movie. And
Oh,
I
I
was
didn't
like,
even
but you
realize
got
that.
all the
Yeah.
great ones too. You got all the great ones in
I
there
got the
too.
ones that I was more familiar with, I think, but I don't know why I didn't hear that one. That would have stuck with me, I don't know why. That's weird.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Probably you
I'm gonna have
did.
to go
Yeah,
back and
you
watch the
probably
movie.
did hear it. And you know what's funny is I probably watch it every 3 months,
Really?
just like Star Wars. I'll go back and forth
Yeah.
between. And have you seen the new one?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Have you seen?
I've seen the original. I've seen the intermediate ones that they were. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if they weren't really fan made, but they were kind of made by different, not like Warner Brothers or Disney. They were made some other facility made that. Very good as
Mm-hmm.
well. And then I saw all the new ones. So sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I like the original the best. And
I do
and the
too.
newer one is good. It's good, but it's I don't know. There's something about it that just kind of throws me off a little bit. It's different in their own way, but the cohesiveness to it is a little off, in my opinion. And I'm not
Oh,
dogging it at all
Mo,
because it's good.
yeah. Mo asked a question about the sheath, if it comes with a strap. Well, mine didn't come with one, but it can be if you wanted to put a strap on it and put it up behind you. So you could do that if you wanted
Mhm.
to. Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so many things that you could do. There's so many
What do you
options.
think? You know, and I was seeing some of the hilts that come out too. One of the hilts that I was looking at, it was kind of funny, is a stormtrooper hilt. I'm all like, okay, so we're getting into stormtrooper hilts, and it's a cool design. It kind of
Yeah, I
is a
saw
cool
that one.
design.
I like
Yeah.
the Halo one too. I think they're coming out with now. I saw that one.
You
It's
know,
gonna be crazy.
oh, and I've been hearing the Halo fonts.
And that it looks
What?
nice. I mean,
Wow.
it's well done. I haven't seen it all the way. They didn't show me all the way. I mean, I'm sure there's other pictures of it. I haven't seen it yet, but that might be on
Hmm.
that might be on my list. collectors. Well, I love the Halo games. I still haven't finished it all. I've got the everything, but I just haven't. I've been so
Oh,
busy,
you
and
play the
I
Halo
usually.
games?
Oh, I'm just now getting back into it again because I've had the opportunity to have a little extra time on my hands sometimes, and I go back
Yeah.
to doing that. But I like Halo. I think it's pretty good. I got all this the whole series, the whole set series now, so it's it's
I
hard.
just started
Like
watching.
I'm not playing it
Yeah.
on easy, that's for sure, but I'm playing it on, I guess normal or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
it's fun.
I haven't been able to play any video games because my PlayStation 3 and my PlayStation 2 have all gone kind of crap. I'm all like, oh man.
Oh, I'm still on
I'm
PC,
all like,
man. I don't even have that anymore. I just my PC is pretty good, so I do a lot on it, and a lot of flight simming too. I love flight sim. That's crazy stuff. And I've got
so are you
squadrons. I've
playing?
got all the kinds of stuff.
So are you doing Star Citizen as well on the
I
flight
was
sims?
going to. Well, no, I was going to. I still might. It's pretty cool, man. I was on Elite Dangerous for a while. I still have that. Um, so yeah, I might
Cindy is
dabble
on
into that a
Star
little bit.
Citizen.
Yeah, I heard it's
Cindy throws
really
out some
good.
these.
I'm doing
Yeah.
Cyberpunk now. I just picked it up. 2070. So I just picked it up. It's pretty sick. Uh,
Cyberpunk. Really?
yeah. Oh, it's really good, man. The world engine, however they did it, it blows me away, man. It makes me feel like it's like a simulation, man. It's incredible.
Right.
It's incredible.
Jim, for your
Yeah.
question. Jim, for your question, the PS2, I think I need to change out the little eye thing or that whole mechanism that reads, the things, because it won't do right. And then on the PS3, I need that little ribbon that goes in there. I've got the fat PS3 and I've got it all apart right now. I ordered some parts for it. I had already replaced the that little laser diode. I replaced that already, and it that wasn't the problem. The little ribbon with it was the problem. And so when I ordered some ribbons for it, instead of it being a PS 3 fat uh ribbon, they sent me like a package of PS3 slim ribbons, and I'm all like, oh. And to this day, I cannot find those fat ribbons for it. So it's like I'm dead in
Mm,
the water with it right now, unless
yeah,
I can
bummer.
get yeah, unless I can get find someone. I might just go to a pawn shop or something and see if I can find some PS3 fat PS3s that either work or they're about to go out, and I can utilize that ribbon for it and just
Mm,
have it for extra parts and stuff. And if not, I'll Star Wars the damn thing out of it for Greeblies.
there you go.
You
That's what
know.
I would do. Well, the PS5's great. I mean, it's more capable of handling a lot more stuff. But PS2 or 3 is great too. PS2 I had
I've
two of those things once before. They were great games. Great,
I've got a
great
ton
stuff.
of PS2 games, man, and I
I
enjoy
sold
playing
every one
all
of
of
them.
them.
I sold every one of them, man. I just said I'm upgrading my caliber of games now. I'm like, oh man, I gotta really catch up on this stuff. So I do
Yeah.
flight simming, which is the best thing. I love that. I do a lot of that. That's like my favorite thing in the
Mhm.
whole world to do. I'm into the actual, flight planning and all that stuff. I love doing that.
Yeah, Space
But
gave me a couple of flight simulator
nothing like a shoot up
like
game though. Nothing like a shoot
right?
'em up game.
Exactly, dude. I'm fixing to make some clamp cards pretty soon, man.
Oh,
I got
cool.
yeah, I don't know if you can see my
Yeah,
lines right there, but I'm
yeah,
fixing to cut some out and shape them and
nice.
everything. But I've got a few of these that I got that I'm gonna go ahead and cut up and start getting. And I made one of these so that I could get the buttons for the short. what is it? Uh, Box one, the low profile box one. This right here goes inside the box one. You put your buttons on top right here, and then you'll put the clamp card on top of that, and everything
Oh,
will
there you
go
go.
together. Where the let me see, do I have the buttons around up here somewhere, or do I have them somewhere else? Let me see.
Just got the
Got it.
through the long tactiles.
Yeah, they're the long tactiles. Now I have the short tactiles in my dad's memory. He'll That's in the house right now, and yeah, I think I put those away right now. But those short tactiles, man, I had tried to put E6000 on there, and the little magnets kept ripping off. Oh, Tenchu,
Oh,
yes, Jim. Oh God, that's one of my favorite games, dude.
oh,
Um,
my PS2 black. That was one of my favorite ones. You
you
ever?
should try. Did you ever play Onimusha?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Onimusha is kind of like Tenchu uh
Oh, really?
meets Zelda, so to speak. It's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like that. Okay. Um, and it when you're playing the game, the main character he has to he gets a gauntlet that sucks in the souls of the zombies or dead guys that come in and they try to take over the world or whatever. So he
Oh,
goes and it starts in Japan, and so he goes, and every time he kills one of these bad guys, he sucks their soul, and then he gets
oh man.
new powers. He finds a box, and it's a puzzle, so you have to solve the puzzle to open the box, and with each new box that you open up, you get a new power that goes in, and he eventually becomes what's called the Onimusha, which is basically a demon that is a good demon, so to speak,
Oh,
to rid the world of the main guy, right?
cool.
And you go through all these trials and tribulations. It's actually a pretty cool game, man.
I like
Uh,
those games. I like the passive games are cool too. I'm more like the well, I don't know, like Halo kind of stuff. Like the Star Wars
mhm.
squadrons and all that stuff I'm working on now. The Survivor, man. I'm only up to a little bit on the Survivor game. I'm just like, I got to like the fourth or fifth board, and I'm like, I gotta stop because my eyes hurt. yeah, it's like so much of this and a lot of this, and I gotta have it. Like
Mhm.
I usually do it on like my, like a weekend, like tonight. Like if I didn't wasn't on here, I'd be probably doing my, I'd probably be doing, a little bit of that.
Yeah, I was doing some laundry, but I'm probably going to be working on some of that saber stuff, like I said,
Yeah, man.
with those short tactiles, and the man, and I tell you, because the little magnets that keep ripping off that damn button, I've already tried the E6000. I've tried Gorilla Glue. I've tried, other glues, and it's like, oh my God, they just keep ripping off. Probably
Yeah, that's gonna be
because,
a. You may want to try maybe like, well, Loctite would maybe be your next step, but E6000 is more of a pliable, like a super stretchy stuff, So if you don't cover, if you don't get enough of it, it's definitely just gonna pop off. Doesn't have enough surface area.
yeah, and see, that's one of the things that, see, and even super glue doesn't work all that well either because,
Not really,
you
not with
know,
magnets.
you, yeah, because you're putting such little on those tactile buttons because I don't want it to cover the whole button itself. And
Right.
then the glue just makes it stick where you can't function.
Yeah.
So, um, I need to come up with a solution to do that. And I had a little bit, but I was thinking of trying to maybe utilize a spring from a pin and see how that might work out. and kind of get this kind of set up a little bit right here. So, going with the push action.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So, but the only problem
Yeah.
with that if I don't
Retention.
get, yeah, and if I don't get the holes exactly just right, they're gonna go
Yeah.
either left or right, and then they're gonna
A little
miss the
bit.
button itself. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be like, oh my God. The wife's over here just kind of like, oh my God, she's repeating what I'm saying. Let's see. Did it tear it down on an old VHS DVD player and tactile switch? Oh yeah, dude. I actually, Mo, I actually did have an old DVD and VHS player that I did break down for parts. And in previous shows, I've showed the motherboard on that stuff, and I still have yet to take parts off of it. But yeah, eventually I'm going to utilize some of those parts for things, especially for some greebly stuff. And eventually I may cut up that if I can take all the components off of it successfully without breaking anything. I may decide to cut up that motherboard and utilize that for some clamp cards as well. So um, that's another thing that I want to kind of get my hands into of doing different things and utilizing different things for clamp cards, along with some greeblies within the clamp cards. I don't see too many people. I mean, a lot of people that I've seen, they're utilizing, laser cutters and everything like that to make them super accurate and super clean cutting. But I like to have that feeling and
Space junk.
that sense. Yeah, that sensibility of being able to acquire that by hand. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because you know, how should I put this? The sense of accomplishment is much better that
That's
way than it
exactly
would
right.
be to utilize one of those cutters.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, and make it
Sure.
faster and cheaper. I understand that.
Or if you
However,
need that design, then you can always get it. But that's a matter of taste, and you have different
yeah,
tastes. So for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. And I want to set myself apart from other people as well. I mean, I could
Absolutely.
easily, buy one of those and do it that way, but like I said, setting myself apart from everybody else and being able to do some quality work by hand is a sense of big accomplishment for myself. And I'm not dogging on
Right.
anybody's thing. So please,
I feel the same way
anybody,
too.
for anybody listening to this, I'm not dogging the way you do things or anything like that. So please do not take
Right.
it the wrong way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, for me
Everybody has
personally,
their
is
own thing.
is yeah, everybody has their own thing, and it's a big sense of accomplishment for myself to do it that way because
That's right.
in the way that I grew up, I've never had much opportunity to really do a lot of things that utilize some skill sets to have a big accomplishments of things, and I am just now catching up with myself to do those things, and so doing this allows me to be not only creative in that way, but to give somebody a quality product, quality thing, and it's not super accurate, and if somebody's in space and you don't have a whole lot of time, you're ripping things out of, the spaceship and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of feel with this stuff. I'm ripping this out of the panels. I'm doing this. I'm cutting it up and I'm gonna send it and I'm gonna make it fit and that's how it's gonna look. I mean, it's like you said, space junk, right?
It's like space
So
junk. Yeah. Scrapyard stuff, man. That's how it's all. That's how we do it. You can come up with amazing ideas with all those little greeblies and switches and dials and actually you
right,
save the big fat little resistors and capacitors, and you can use those in line with all kinds of things. They don't have to function, but they can just
right.
be just there. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
as a matter of fact,
none of that stuff
if
is
you
really
use
too,
like,
dangerous or
see, like
anything
you can,
like.
right, like the soldier wick right here, man. You
Oh,
can
sure. Use
utilize
that for wire.
this right here, and
Yep.
just kind of put this as a greebly on the saber, man.
Sure.
Yeah. So I tell you,
Yeah, man. I mean,
long
there's
hat
like,
switches.
there's right. Uh, yeah.
Well,
I was just trying to think of something that was saying.
Jim, the problem with those long hat switches, man, I would, but I want the chassis to come out. I don't want to have to really, if it's one thing that I keep the chassis in, but I wouldn't be able to take out the body
Take it
with
out.
those
Yeah.
long switches like that. So even though the chassis is going to be static, it's going to stay in there. I want to be able to take out the body because it's going to have some LEDs and stuff inside of it that I want to be able to display, right? And so it's like, oh my God. So it's kind of like it is getting to where I'm like, okay, I need to find something different, and I'm coming up with some different ways to try to get uh get those tactile switches put directly. And that's the only thing that's holding me up on that build, man. So once I get with that switch situation, I can begin to start wiring it because now I know exactly where most of the wires need to go. And as soon as I can take care of that switch situation, I can move forward with the build.
I might have an idea for you for the switches.
Well,
You want
I'll
to hear
send
it?
you a picture. Yeah,
I'll tell you right now. No
absolutely.
secrets. I'll just let you know right now. If you have the buttons on the bottom plate, right? And they're just
Hmm.
sitting there and you want to attach magnets or something to the top so you could take the card off, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Over the switches inside, just put a small plate and mount the magnets to that, and the plate will toggle on the switches.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to glue onto the switches. The plate is on top of the switches. You glue the magnets on the plate, and the plate will work like a seesaw over the switches, as long as they have enough posts
Yeah.
to expose. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna
So
try
now you
that.
so now you'll have a plate to properly E6000 the magnets so they won't come off.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you can use another piece of that board. You'll probably have enough room. You'll just have to dial in how far apart your magnets are.
Yeah, exactly.
So remember, toggle seesaw, little plate over the switches, and then you can glue your magnets on top of that plate. And you can don't even have to glue the plate. You could take all these pieces out. You don't even have to mount anything. You know,
Yeah, that
think
should
about it.
work.
Yeah,
No,
well,
that I think that might work. Yeah. I'm gonna try that, James. Thank you so much,
yeah,
man.
man. And if you need something printed or something thin, if you can't get the right thickness, let me know.
Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, dude, and I've actually got,
I
let
bet,
me
right?
see,
You bet in the
my
arsenal.
whole box. Look at
Oh,
that.
there you
Look, my
go.
whole box is
Perfect.
look, my whole box of
Perfect.
stuff. So, let me go
Perfect.
in here real quick, and
But I
I
think that'll
think,
solve your magnetic issue, so you could still use your magnetic idea, which is I thought was awesome.
look at that,
There you go.
right there. I just have to shape it
There you go.
enough
Yeah.
to put them on there. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Oh
I
yeah.
know,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That's it,
Oh
man.
yeah. Look at that.
Styrene. Yeah,
Look
that
at that.
might work too. There you go.
All I gotta do is break a little piece off and then sand it down, shape it, and
Yeah.
good to
Sand it.
go.
You could. Yeah. It goes over the switches. It acts as a teeter totter, both over them, and you can actually, if the stubs are long enough on the switches, you could actually push both buttons down if you need to, at one
Yeah,
time.
I'm gonna try that, man. I'm gonna work on that this week, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
definitely do that this week and see how. As a matter of fact, probably Monday night, I'll uh, I'll
Yeah, I
be
had to
getting
do
home
that
a
a
little bit
couple of
early
times
this
in a
week.
couple of hills because it was hard to get the toggles. You had the button so close, in on the clamp card or the switch, and then it's hard to get it's hard to get those things just right sometimes when you have removable. So I made a plate.
Yeah, and one of the things too, though, see with the with even with the low profile clamp card in there,
Hmm.
it what I tried to do was I tried to put some painter's tape in there, and
Oh yeah,
um and what
to
I
see
did
where it
was
was
I
going.
stuck it in there, and and then when I put it in there, right, I would set it in there, and I would rub it down so that I could see the buttons on there, right? Now, as soon as
Right.
I got to see the buttons on there, the minute I pulled this out, it didn't work no more because it took off the
Oh,
way the buttons
oh, it
looked.
took off the
Like,
imprint.
oh damn, it took off the imprint. I'm all like, God dang it. So that kind of screwed thing. So then
Yeah, it happens.
what I did was I took a little piece of paper and then I started doing it with a pencil so that I could find. What I ended up doing was having to get my oh my god, my digital caliper, right? I had to get my digital caliper to see the distance between the two buttons. And even though I did the appropriate distance between the two buttons, one was,
Right.
and I guess because I didn't necessarily do it on the table like I should have with the table drill, but I would take my, where is it? Oh, see, I would take my drill like this and I would do it by hand. And so when I did it by hand, of course my hand was just too jumpy, right? And I'd make the hole a little where it wasn't supposed to be. I'd either be a couple of centimeters over or a couple of centimeters down. And so it always screwed up everything like that. So now I'm gonna have to go and check it out and do it on my table drill with the Dremel, and and then that way I can have some accurate holes for it. So,
Yeah.
um, but good thing if you utilize calipers, man. Calipers are really wonderful for things like
I
that.
use it every day. Every day.
So
Every day for making chassis and fitting all the parts and all that stuff every day. Those calipers are very very important.
I didn't realize how invaluable they really were to this hobby. I mean, I really didn't,
Hmm.
honestly. When I first started, and actually Albert Flores showed me a little bit how to utilize one. You know, um, and I was like, oh my God, just it's a big eye opening for stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um so for those of you who are starting out and you're just now watching the channel, keep in mind if you want to become an installer or anything like that. Um uh, but even just in things in general as well, calipers are an invaluable resource tool to utilize.
Yeah,
And I
for the
tell
home
you,
hobbyist too. Anybody can use these
yeah,
for anything. Yeah.
my God, you know what happened? They magically showed up. The little
Uh,
telltale switches there.
oh, that's them.
So
Yeah, right. So you have plenty of surface for the plate to rest on them. You know what I mean? And just
yeah.
that's easy.
So I've got these longer ones, right? So that I showed you
Yeah,
with that.
right.
Um, these are the longer button ones. So if you could see those like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah,
inside
it's not like
the
you're putting a
box
lot of
one,
down. You're not going to put a whole bunch of like force down on them. So those buttons will be fine for the what you're going to be doing with it. Yeah, there you go.
right?
You could feel how
So
that
and
is
then
though. When you hold it in your hand, you could feel that how that plate's actually going to work. It's pretty cool.
right,
Like if you
and I'll
have the
show
buttons
you.
lined up.
See, and here's the low. These are the low buttons that I have
Yeah,
right here.
those you could use too. Those
So
either one.
so you can see. Well, these are the ones that I have inside the Saber right now, as opposed to
Okay,
these. So you can see
gotcha.
how much of a big difference there. Now, if
Oh
I do
yeah,
utilize these right here would not allow me to take the body off the Saber. These, on the other
those
hand,
would.
allow me to take, yeah. So that's the thing right there. Oh, really? So see, even Mo utilizes
Fix and
stuff like
scale.
that.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
man. So
Religiously, I know. Yep, they are
Oh
lifesavers,
my
man.
goodness. Oh my God. We had
I want
such
to get the
fun
big ones
tonight,
though. I
man.
want to get the larger one. I'm going to start investing in the larger digital one because I got the small ones, which are great, but I have other measuring tools, but I like the
Hmm.
larger one. I think it's going to come in handy for other stuff because I'm going to get a couple of more tools this year. You know, it's 2025, man, so it's start time to do some projects.
Well, I've got only $5 saved up, but the $5 saved up is going towards a 3D printer. So yeah,
Oh, very
you know,
good, very good.
you know, I'm going to start a 3D printer fund. So I've got to just put $5 here and there, $5 here and
That's
there,
it.
you know, and I've got to grab a 3D printer. I have ideas in my head for chassis and stuff alike, and I can't get them out, and I need a way to utilize that. So eventually, I'm probably going to have somebody who knows how to utilize those uh, what do you call them? The printers to help me out and get it set
Oh yeah,
straight, and then the
I've got 4 of them,
programs.
so let me know.
I'm gonna have to learn, and then I'm gonna have to learn programs, to do this stuff with. But, I would be happy to kind of give somebody who wants, maybe, we can do like half and half on the money or something, and get some of my ideas out there on chassis design stuff. Um,
Yeah, that's not a problem
because
at all.
I need to get them
Easy
out
to
of
do.
here.
Yeah,
It's driving me
absolutely.
nuts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what I do. You got the
I don't
design
know.
software and the printers. That's all. It's like a lot of good CAD softwares out there right now. Fusion 360 is good. I have that too, but I don't use that as often as I use the simpler ones because sometimes simpler is better. I could get just as many shapes and things like that on a simpler software. I use all kinds though, but um,
Hmm.
3D printers. I have
Stuff.
I have all the Creality ones. There, somebody was asking about which ones I got. I got the big, I got the V3 Plus because I was on it was on a great sale and I picked it up and that thing is a beast. It's fast.
Hmm.
I've had it for about 6 months now and it's just been a workhorse. And I've been doing a lot of remember the C3PO helmet. I've been doing all the printing on that off of that one.
That's cool.
And I've actually got 2 older V2s, like little Ender V2 Pros, man, and they are workhorses as well. And they're slower, I don't care, but the quality is there. So, they could take
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours to print something small, but I'll know that will come out pretty good. But the newer
Hey,
models, man, if you're gonna get a printer, bro, go with the newer model for sure because it's definitely updated and upgraded, and it's less of a hassle to learn, what to do because it's basically almost all automated. You know.
yeah, and I have to do some research on them too. Like I said, it ain't gonna be anytime soon, but once I start getting things together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, $5 at a time, and it'll get there eventually. The fund will be enough where I can grab one. So who knows? By the time I get enough
Oh,
money to
definitely.
grab one, I won't have to worry about too many things.
Well, I mean, it's a great investment, because if you like to do things on your own, like I do, I print every single day. I mean, there's not a day that I skip that I don't print something because I've always got some
Mhm.
project going or somebody needs a piece that I need to print out. So I tend to use them quite often. So um, learn about the maintenance on them, learn about all that stuff, and learn how to operate it, and you'll be pretty good. Whether you get a
Absolutely.
good one in the mail or not, that's up to the manufacturer. But you
Right?
know, I've I've seen a lot of
Absolutely.
for people having problems, but I think it's a lot. Most of it is, um, it's either a part that's broken or or something didn't set it up right or something. So, but I mean, I've
Hmm.
had my printers forever, and normal maintenance, like changing the nozzles and things like that, the belts and all that is normal. I've had never had any major catastrophes or anything like that, so it's been pretty good.
And and you can utilize them for all kinds of things. I mean, not just saber
Any,
stuff either, but I mean
anything.
anything that you could pretty much think of, you
You
know.
betcha.
So,
Yep.
I mean,
You
it's a
can.
great tool to utilize for things.
Yeah. You can. You can print these guys. My disc, right? The Tron disc. Yeah, I printed these
I
on that
still
thing too,
love that
man.
thing. I love
Yeah,
that thing, dude.
these
That's
things are
cool.
great. I love these. Yeah, these are really awesome, man. Yeah, these are on my site too. If anybody wants one on one, it's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I've done parts for cars. I've done parts for boats. Like I've done little spacers and sleeves, and um, actually made a safety lock release so that when you
Hmm.
fall off the boat or something, you pull. So I made a little 3D printed part on that, and there's so many different things you can do. So definitely get a good one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'll be doing
Yeah,
some research
bamboo's
on it
good.
next
Like you
show.
could look into bamboo. Both of you guys are saying bamboo's very good. Um, Bamboo Labs. Who else is pretty good? Like the new Creality stuff. The K1's pretty good. I heard. If you don't run into some trouble with it. But I think they're pretty good. The K1 Maxes are good. Um, that was going to be my next one,
Stop.
but then I saw a whole bunch of crazy. Oh, CL Play. That's pretty neat. CL Plasma budget here.
Scott says he does plasma to
Pretty
get groceries and stuff like there. You know
Thank
what?
you
My wife
forever to
does
save
that
my
too,
person.
Scott.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the new K2. Yeah,
Bamboo,
that's
huh?
pretty good. That's what I heard. Metal printing, yes. I was gonna try some of that filament. The filament's not even that expensive, but the metal
Now,
metal printing it's gonna eat up your nozzles. I'll tell you that. Unless you go with a 6.6 or something, I think, but not too sure. That's probably gonna be my next
me-
trial. Is the metal printing.
well, I've got a trial right here, and I'll tell you, um, I'm going to attempt my hand at a doing a shroud. So,
Oh,
I don't know
cool.
how
All
if it's
right,
gonna work out or not, but I got the
all right,
first part. I got it cut. Now it's time to
cool,
make some designs on here and then see how that's gonna work out. So right now I just got this piece cut and we'll see how that's
nice,
gonna turn out. So that's my next adventure of trying my hand at something new. Whether
cool.
it turns out good or turns out bad, we'll find out for another show.
Got to
So
make some. I've got to make some blade holders because blade tubes, I should say, because I guess one of the companies, I guess TCSS or one of those guys, they're not going to carry them anymore. So
what?
I'm going to try my. Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, they're going to carry other stuff, but they're just not going to carry tubes because I don't think there's a very big demand for them anymore, as far as I know. But I did contact them to find out, and they said that they're probably not going to be carrying certain types anymore of the blade tubes. Not parts for sabers, but just like the tubes themselves with the LED
Uh-huh.
sync and all that. They're not gonna. I heard they're not gonna most likely not carry those things anymore. So it's going to be up to us to either
Really?
find some or make some. Yeah, I mean
Hmm.
for other builds, like when you need a blade holder for like a project, if you're doing a conversion, like they'll probably have all
Hmm.
those like the DV6 conversions, all that stuff they'll still have, but not just regular sync tubes. Straight old metal. They're not gonna do
Oh
those
yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Really?
So yep. So that's why I'm gonna got my
Hmm.
tool coming to take care of that. So I'm gonna give my trial and hand in doing the lathing on that. So I think I've got the design for it now. So it's gonna be pretty good.
Let's I think that should be a topic for another show is the probably the bigger tool sets to utilize for stuff, like lathes and
Laser mills,
printers
yeah,
and lasers and mills and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I think that would be a
I've
great
got both.
topic
They're
for
pretty
another
great.
show.
It'd be a great show for that, just to get to dive into and talk a little bit about it. So definitely would be awesome.
Yeah, I need to see if somebody else would be willing to come on with this. As a matter of fact, actually, I've been toying with the idea and seeing if the custom saber shop would have somebody come on with us to talk about
Yeah.
stuff on the shop and the
It's got the
CNC
liquid
machines
chrome.
and stuff.
From what I've heard and what I've seen so far, the liquid chrome, I think you could do it on 3D prints, but you got to really prep it right.
Hmm.
That's a really large, expensive mistake if it's not done correctly. I'm assuming so. I've never tried it myself, but I don't really have a project to spend that kind of, you know, buku dollars on, making sure that it's perfect. But I heard like electroplating is pretty cool. That's something that
I didn't
a lot of
watch it.
people may or may not be able to do at home. I don't know. That's a lot of detail in there too, but something to look up.
That's another thing I've been watching is some of those electroplating videos too.
Yeah,
And
they work.
but that's another topic for another show.
Sure.
For sure. Okay, guys, so I am so appreciative of you guys coming and hanging out with us tonight. Again, this show would not be here without Space Anthony Lagapa, allowing me to run the show the way I do. And also, my show would not be what it is without you guys hanging out with us. Jim and everybody, that has
Appreciate it.
consistently come on and hung out with us. I thank you and love you all so much because, like I said, I my show would not be what it is without you, and it's actually Anthony's show, but still, you know, I am I just can't thank you guys enough for allowing me to do this every Sunday night and have so much fun hanging out with you guys as well. Especially
Oh yeah.
because I can't hang out with everybody face to face at a table, and this is the best way that I can do that, right? And
See you guys.
and so you guys, again, man, make the world go round for me and everybody here too. And
Yeah.
James, you are
I was
such
glad
an
I was
amazing
able to
person.
come back on tonight, man. I was glad, man. I was like, man, I saw you posted for me, and I'm like, okay, I'm on.
Well, and as I always said, my invitation is to everybody who wants to come on and have a good time too. No
Yeah.
one person, will be left out. If you decide you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you the link, man. We'll have a lot of fun and talk about
Oh,
sabers
absolutely.
and Star Wars stuff and everything, man. And again, if you choose, like I said, it's always an invitation, never a have to. I mean, I will send you the link, and if you can come, awesome. If you can't, it's okay, man. It's understand that we got lives, we got things to do, and that's all anybody can ever do. Even myself, I can't come on every Sunday night, but most of the time when I can come on, it's going to be on, and you'll see when the show is set, I'll set the show. Sometimes I'll set it early, sometimes I'll set it on the day of, depending on what I've got going on. And so again, I hope everybody decides that they want to share, like, and subscribe if you wish, man. And if you don't subscribe, that's cool, man. At least like it and give some feedback and everything else. Share it with your friends. Share it with anybody who wants to come and hang out. Maybe they don't have a way to talk about lightsabers and they want to talk about lightsabers. Tell them to come and hang out with us on Sunday nights, man. And
Yeah.
again, like I said, James may not be here all the time. Space might come on once in a while when he has time. So you never know when he's going to make an appearance. I think before I forget, and I am so sorry, guys, that I should have said this from the beginning of the show when everybody else was here. But on May 4th, I think Space is going to do a giveaway. I'm not sure if it's a TriStar or a Quad Star, but I think it's a TriStar that he might give away, maybe even a Pentastar. I believe it might be a Pentastar if I'm not wrong. He'll correct me if I'm wrong, but again, he wants to do a giveaway for a blade. So on May 4th. So keep an eye out on that. And like I said, he could pop up at any time and let us know what's gonna happen, right? Maybe the May 4th show, he'll come on and we'll do the giveaway on the show. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Keep an eye out for that.
Very
Uh,
cool.
yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And make sure you guys keep an eye out for Reese. You know, Reese has been doing all of his videos lately and showing the blades that they've been making. And I tell you, he has just done a phenomenal job of making the blades for space. And I tell you, Space could not have found a better, a better guy to help him out to be his apprentice because
It's great.
I mean he's doing so phenomenal. So with that, guys, I bid you a farewell, good night, and hopefully next Sunday we'll be on. I will decide what the show will be. James, do you have anything you want to do for like next week? If you can come on, do you have a topic you want to talk about?
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know. Well, you might
or
want to
how
talk
about you
about,
guys?
let's talk about parts, printing parts, lathes, all different kinds of things. We can get into that a little bit if you like.
Let's
Um,
do it.
'Cause I would say, maybe I can show some designs or some things like that. Maybe give some, you know, ideas, and different views. Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe I can. I don't know if you'll have time or not, but
Milling my own saber. Well,
mm,
I'm not exactly up to that yet, but I probably will be
yeah,
eventually. Or I'm going. Well,
eventually.
I'll tell you what I am going to do. I am going to start creating my own design for my own brand of saber, like my own version. Like everybody started doing theirs, and I'm going to start. I want to do one for Mountain Saber, so I'm going to start designing something really cool for that, and then hopefully I can get them, created and made and all that stuff. Like a lot of other companies do. Hard to print,
Damn,
hard to rotate on those things every time.
damn! I'm gonna have to start saving another fund now for a
Oh
Mountain
man.
Saber.
Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really work hard on it this year. I'm able to. I'm gonna design something really cool and something that contributes to the model.
All right, man. So
Yeah, man.
again, guys, thank you so much, and we're gonna. Okay, so you heard it for next show, guys. Next week. Scott says he's
Yeah,
gonna
let's
go
do
do
it.
plasma blades. Oh man,
Plasma blades.
plasma
That's
blades.
cool. Ooh.
We're gonna. Yeah, that's an actual. Oh, wow, man. We'll have to look into those, and we're gonna have to have a discussion on that as well, man. We'll look up some
Mm,
stuff on that. We'll see. All right,
sure.
guys.
See you
So let
guys
me go
later.
ahead and I'm gonna brand out. Mundo up.